Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Griffin, Indiana. It is midwinter. It is 9:45, and we are on our way down to, well, pick up our latest acquisition. And that is an Anderson bale trailer. It is time to sell our silage bales and see what kind of money we are going to reap from our 160 some silage bales. But before that, this video is brought to you by Etienne Marin. Thank you for being a farm baron. So yesterday's video, it was a little bit shorter than maybe some of the previous videos we've had in the series. I really wasn't so sure if y'all are going to like that one overall. Be interested in hearing the comments. But basically, you know, as you saw, it was just, for the most part, a time lapse of all of the trips over to the far grain mill. And then we had one trip down here to the one in town to sell our wheat. Now, we made pretty good money selling our wheat. But, yeah, I'm really not a huge fan of these types of videos where they are pretty much almost exclusively time-lapse. I'm definitely not a fan of the time-lapse only videos that some channels put out. And the reason is that when I personally watch videos, I kind of have them in the background, and I listen to them for the most part. And that is because I do most of my watching when I'm at work, trying to do other things, and I just kind of pull it up, put it on a tab, and either have it, you know, kind of in the background on a different tab, or have it in a window, just kind of off in the corner. But yeah, I mostly listen to videos, so you really don't get much out of listening to a time lapse other than hearing whatever time lapse sounds are you know, are coming out of the speakers. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed that one. I tried to do some of the edits and some of the cuts, so it was kind of fun where we're unloading, and then next thing you know, we're loading, and then we're unloading and loading and unloading and loading and everything. So this video is going to be very much just like that one. It's midwinter. I'm not going to do forestry. Forestry is something you can obviously do in the winter. I'm forestry'd out. I don't need to feel like I need to do forestry to earn money. Of course, it's something that I could do. We do own land that has trees on it and everything, but yeah, just not a big forestry person in FS19. I've done my fair share of forestry in 17, and I think I'm kind of forested out at this point. So let's see what we're going to get. We're going to get 24 bales on this trailer. We've got 160 some bales to go, so that is going to be roughly 7 trips, I think, to collect all of these bales. So we have between this area and the field across the street. So I'm going to go ahead and collect these up. I'll bring you back once we are about to unload them and see what we get. Now, unlike when we were trying to sell the hay bales, we are going to be successful coming down here to the O'Connor farm, because I remembered when I did the kind of initial streams on this map that O'Connor farm takes silage, and then it was later added to take grass, because if you do seasons and you do seasonal silage bale contracts, the sell point basically needs to be set up to take grass, because that's what you're doing. You're dumping wrapped grass into the sell point. So that's what this particular sell point is set up to take: grass and silage. Whereas the other sell point is set up to take hay and straw. So let's see. We got $58,000. We had $108,000. And then I bought this trailer, which I think was 50 to 54,000. So maybe we had a little bit more than 108. But yeah, let's see what we get out of this sale. So 5,400, 5,500. Why am I doing that? I'll just go up here and look at sold bales. 65, almost $6,600 a load. And we have at least 5 more full loads. And then a partial load. So 5 times 6,000 is $30,000, right? 6, 12, 24, $30,000 plus 6 is $36,000. So we're not going to quite make back what we bought our bale trailer for, but we're going to need this bale trailer for subsequent years anyway, so I still think it is a good investment. So yeah, let's go ahead and, well, jump to our time lapse where we pick up all these bales and get them sold, and I'll bring you back and we'll see what kind of money we end up having at the end of everything. Should be close back to $100,000 when we're all said and done. We've got our final load here. So far we've made $39,000 on our silage bales. We'll have to see what we come out with this particular load, but yeah, sitting at $97,800. So I think we're about $10,000 down from where we started before we bought this bale trailer. So you'd say that our silage harvest off of our second cut has basically paid for our bale trailer. And then going forward, we'll maybe use our funds to pick up some other essential items. I was looking at the weather forecast. It looks like the first day of spring it's going to be raining. And then it looks like the first day of summer, which will hopefully be when we harvest our barley, is nice and sunny currently in the forecast. But we have rain in the forecast for the second day of summer, which, well, was of course last year when we had our wheat harvest. But I'm hoping that since we are, early on getting our harvest in this year, not our harvest, but our crop in this year, that maybe we'll be on the leading edge of the harvest cycle. See what we get off of this. Grand total of $103,325. We've made $45,000 off of that second cut of silage. So not too terrible bad at all. Let's look at that weather. Today is the second day of winter. Friday is going to be the third day of winter. And then Saturday, the first day of spring, we've got rain. So the ground is warming up, going to be there. 60% chance of rain. Then we have mid-spring, late spring, early summer right here. I have 80 degrees, 72 degree average temperature. Hopefully this is going to hold out for our barley harvest, because Wednesday there's an 80% chance of rain, and that would be mid-spring or mid-summer. And at that point, that would be the very last day that we could harvest, or not harvest, but plant our soybeans, if again we're going to have a chance of double cropping our fields. So where we stand right now, we have sold all the silage bales. All of the wheat is gone. So we pretty much sold everything that we're going to sell over winter. We still have over 100,000 liters of soybeans. We're going to keep them around until summertime, and that might be something that we sell during mid-summer. We'll have to see when the ideal selling time is for that. But midsummer would be ideal. If that is indeed going to be a rainy day, we can maybe sell our grain on a rainy day and make a day of it. But our fields are seeded. Our fields are fertilized. We don't need to put any lime down, so we are pretty much good to go there. This is now our trailer. So I think we'll just go ahead and stick it in the RTX building. our GPS building. We won't have to do any more field work for our own fields until harvest time. We've got our trailer. We're still not going to have enough money to buy our harvester at this point, so we could save up money for that. It's going to take us quite a little bit to get that money saved up. So some other possible purchases that we might make would include a mower set. So one thing that I'm looking at, let's go ahead and just park this thing here. One thing that I'm looking at as far as mowers go is this Massey Ferguson set. Just came out in the Mod Hub. So this set's been out for a little while. We've got $51,000. This is a Massey Ferguson butterfly mower, 9-meter working width. And then add to that $18,000 front mower. So that is going to be $69,000. That'll leave us with about $40K left over. Then if we go to our windrowers, we've got $23,000 for that particular windrower. That is going to be probably our best bet for a decent working width windrower. So this one is 5.9 meters. This one I believe is 8.5. So there you go, $23,000. So have enough money for that. We take a look at our balers. What are our options? We got $49,000 for the round baler, the cheap one. We've got $66,000 for this Pottinger round baler, part of the Alpine Harvest. And then a Kloss baler is pretty expensive. Square balers are going to be pretty expensive. So we've got this square baler here, $125,000. So I don't think we're going to be able to purchase a baler yet. But if we purchase our mowers, we purchase our windrower, and then we're only leasing for our baler, that's going to boost our profits for every cut of grass that we get. We've got our trailer, obviously, for selling our grain. We have our auger for selling our grain. So at that point, we're going to need a baler. We're going to need a harvester. We're going to need a seeder. And we're going to need a planter. We're going to need a fertilized spreader. We don't have a fertilized spreader. Last time we leased one of those. So let's just take a look. We've got $20,000 for this one, the Axis. We've got, and it holds 3,200 liters. We've got $24,000 for the Couverland Exacta. $51,000 for the Horsch here. So then $39,000 for lime and fertilized spreading. So I kind of liked this one. I released it last time. So this would probably be something that we would maybe pick up after our first hay harvest, which again is hopefully going to be maybe late spring. We've got pretty good weather for late spring, which is going to be right here. So if we do our late spring hay harvest, then we can maybe pick up a fertilized spreader. And then that way, when we get time to harvest our barley, we're also then going to be selling our soybeans, which is then going to give us the ability to buy maybe our seeder or planter, depending on what we are putting in the ground next. And yeah, so I think probably this second year, going into this second year, we're going to be able to buy a fair bit of the stuff that we're going to need going forward. That means it's going to position us well in year 3 to save up the money for a harvester purchase. And then hopefully maybe by the end of year 3, we pretty much own everything that we need going forward. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this particular video. It is midwinter. Not sure what we're going to do for tomorrow. Late winter. Honestly, it would not surprise me if I don't just skip that. So if we skip a day, just so that we can keep each season a week long, then don't be overly shocked if we don't skip a day with respect to midwinter. But yeah, hope you all are enjoying the series. If you are, please go ahead and leave a comment. Even if you're not enjoying the series, leave a comment. Let me know what you're not enjoying about it. And until next time, happy farming.